Now the story time. My name is Jakub, and I started as study graphic designer, and now I'm ASO manager at Futureplay at Helsinki. It's in Finland, and basically because of my role, I'm between product and UA. So I know both world, and I've seen a lot of growth and falls, application growing and crashing and burning. And this story will be success story, so don't worry. But there will also mention of those failures. So and I work on both, like really small games at multi-million dollar projects. So I have experience with both and with both scales. Oh, sorry. No technology. Okay, scaling up. So imagine this. You have your company, you created your first app, your second app, and finally you have product that you're really, really proud of, like something like you struck gold. This is really good app. You have good retention, you have good reviews, and you have good revenue. Why? Because it's good project. Like you finally growing, you finally have something to invest in. You're really proud, you really want to grow, you really want to invest in this project. So you scale up. And maybe, just maybe, someone just came with a bag full of money and say, yeah, we really like your project. Here's money. Grow big, grow hard. We want our money back in a few years. So you invest and you start with UA. As on previous lecture, UA is quite important. You invest in user acquisition. You have more and more installs, more and more users. Your product is good, yes? It's amazing. So you have more and more good reviews. People love your app. So you invest more in product. And then you invest, and if you're at this stage, great. Open champagne, go on a cruise. It's amazing. But it probably will not last. Because there is plateau to this. Like as was mentioned before, UA is not as easy as before. Before you could just throw back of money in market and you will grow. You would achieve success. Like there was question of how much could you spend to grow. But right now, because iOS 14, because AI, because different markets, because all of those things, is not just like throwing money at market. You will at some point reach this plateau, this stagnation phase. Your CPIs will grow. You will pay more and more for each install. Your window, your payback window will also grow. And your investors will probably, well, we want our money back soon. Could you fix this situation? Could you accelerate? And if you invest too much, if you flood market with a lot of cheap installs, maybe from tier 3 or something like that, your retention will be weak and your monetization will be weak. Maybe you will reach for misleading ads or something like that. So your product will start tanking. And that's really, really awful. So what could we do to like break this bypass? Because still you have good product. You just need to find a way to break this stalemate and go forward. So there are few methods, at least like few traditional methods. First one is flood market with more money. Maybe it's not problem with your campaigns. Maybe you just like jump from being like the small application. Maybe you're like playing with bigger boys, like with the top 10 application. And some of those companies, they have more money than God. So you're bidding against those players. Like you now you want to be at top 10. So maybe that's the answer. But again, the main problem with this approach is of course costs. You already spent a lot of money. So yeah, do you have big enough coffer, like work coffer, to spend for another year, maybe 2 years? Like I know companies that change the payback window to like 3 years or 4 even. In few like categories, like those old categories with old, really established title, this is the payback window. But do you have those money? And of course, like if you scale, where you take traffic from? You invest in cheap traffic, in really bad traffic just to grow, maybe, but turnover probably will be also high. So another method is change the product. Okay, your campaign is clearly working, but CPI is quite high. Maybe we should compensate somewhat. Maybe we should change the game. Maybe we should implement more monetization. Maybe some commercials. Maybe some, I don't know, loot boxes or something. Okay, but there are few really big pitfalls with this approach. First is quite obvious, like development time. Like nothing happens just that. Like you always need to invest time, you need to design those features, and you had good app. Your application was working already. So if you change those things, you tweak those things, if you do it wrongly, you will lose your already existing crowd. And it's really, really awful. So not only you will not achieve your goal, your app could die. And that's really, really bad. So there's third option. You could always create second app. And I saw this project done in the past successfully. It's not as easy as it sounds. Basically, you could clone your app, add those few other features you are thinking about, and if it dies, it dies. Doesn't matter. Again, problem is with time. You still need to invest this development time, and now you have two projects to care about. Second, cannibalization. What if your second project is somewhat better than the first one, but dividing? There's always problem with this type of sequels, reboots. And what if your existing crowd invest money in your previous app? Do you refund them? Do you give them some incentive to move forward? That's a really hard decision, and you need to answer all of those. Because not, you could really harm your main product and achieve nothing. So, okay, so those are three ways. There are pitfalls for all of them. And unfortunately, in my career, like I mentioned, I have like more than 10 years, more than a decade of experience with this type of project. Most of them failed. Only few succeed. So merge gardens. This is project I am right now operating on. And history is quite similar to what I said. This is like the cover photo, like nice hedgehog, little cartoony. This was third project of company Futureplay. First was okay-ish, second was better. Still like people writing emails to us like asking, where's another update? There will be no update. Because of this. This was really good game. It's basically combination of merging and match free. So basically we have first component. This is our garden, merge garden, where we like merge together a lot of elements. And as energy, we have this cute wildlife. And this wildlife is basically helping us to grow our garden. But to gather more wildlife, to fuel this merging economy, we play match free. And in match free, we got a lot of treasure chests. And this match free is not like easy peasy game. Those levels are quite hard. So yeah, so this is our base game, and it worked really, really well. Like Fan wrote Wikipedia pages, strategies. There are even like few YouTube videos, and it's quite nice, laid back game, really casual, really like user friendly. So they wanted to grow it. And yeah, there was an investor with coffer of money saying, yeah, we like this product. This is really nice. This is chill out and it's earning money. Let's double that. So they started investing. And they started investing in UA. The question how I play this. Sorry, technology. Oh, it's that easy. So we have our character. There was like little mystery, the chest, and basically this video was created in a way. It was longer video, so this is like second part. Yeah, nice, chill. So yeah, they added like this little mystery theme to it. Like it was second or third movie they invested in. First one was like, oh, she's in love, she's seeing this dude in the garden. It didn't work. This one landed. This one, and all elements in those commercials are true. Like we have garden, we have those wildlife, we have this character. She's only visible in a few scenes, but she's there. And what happened? Like amazing. Like the conversion of those commercials was really, really nice. There was a lot of install. There was a lot of interest in our game. And it didn't work. And why? Oh, and like because on product we have, as I mentioned, good revenue, positive reviews, steady revenue, and growth potential. In campaign we have good conversion, acceptable CPIs. It should work, yes? No, because there was high turnover. Because game was, as I mentioned, like almost idle. It was chill out. It was nice to just play. And on those commercials that work so well, there's mystery. There's something there. And it's not in game. So that was main issue. So Futureplay was on the brink of crossroad. What should they do? Should they change this really nice campaign, which bring them like a lot of installs? Or should they go the second road and modify the game to add more of this mystery, maybe some story, maybe some banners? What to do? Where to invest time and money? So basically, they chose to do both. And that was the biggest difference. But they approached this not in a way, as I mentioned before, not by flooding market with money, not by redesigning. They went back to drawing board and started with brand. They decided, okay, we have something there, something that is missing from game, but what is it? So they started with brand building, and in current day, brand building is almost mandatory for everyone. Like most search traffic is from branded keywords. So, and they dig deep for that. Go beyond performance marketing. So, okay, we have those elements, but those, like if you have any experience with UA, like every campaign have is like life show, like life. It will, at some point, it will fizzle out and die, no matter how good it is. So, okay, we need to build something more than just one commercial, more than this one idea. So they started exploring like long-term strategy. And of course, there was audience research. There was like big supporter of our project who like done this for us. So, okay. They define 4 pillars of this project. First was narrative. As I mentioned, the mystery theme, like the something to grow. Second was characters. We see the previous character was called Linda. She was quite different inside the game and in the commercial. So yeah, they said, okay, we need to redefine. We need to create something that users could align with. Another one was visual identity. Like there was no connecting client between those commercials and the game. Okay, there was little gameplay in the end, but it was in the end and it had nothing to do with the part people really liked. And the last one was progression mechanic. They wanted it to last. They want to develop something that will not only be like another hit. They wanted to create something that they could expand and build for years and years and years. So let's start with the first, with narrative. So this is old logo, this is new logo. So already you see, less childish, more like refined. And this is mood board, one of the first mood board they created. They hire external company, like writing company, professional writers, to create things like that. And the main goal of this was to define what are our colors, what are the themes of our product. So we already see there was house in our game. Now it's little decrepit, a little creepy down in background. We have garden. This garden is little desolated, but there are characters. Interesting. And there is this topiary back there. Who's those people? And you already have those like feelings, already have those questions. It's interesting. So it was third or fourth mood board they created, and they built upon it. So topiaries, those are human beings turned into topiaries. So this already like toggle characters. We will have 2 characters, but right now we have full platitude of characters, like girl from 20s, a poet, gardener, mobster, whatever you like. Imagine any era, we have it. And because of this topiary mechanic, you see those topiary inside the game. So, oh, I want to unlock mobster. Okay, I need to play, go there, and unlock it. Another one was visual identity. They really early on said, we will not do subpar job. We will invest in a really good company to create good animation. Those are really early renders. You will see the true ones in the end. Those look really better. And inside the game, they were like thinking about, okay, how much we need to add to our game to make it feel different, to make it feel mysterious, to make it feel better. And they were planning to launch this game last year, about a year ago. And every month they say, oh, it's not enough. It's not enough. It still feels like little reskin. It feels still feel like cherry on top without cake. We need cake. We need to do more and more. So they really, really push this idea of quality, of unification. So no subpar sources, no subpar banners on any UA. They really push this hard. And in some game, you saw this topiary with 2 characters. Yeah, it's in the game, and it's in the last stage. You need to really, really work hard to see it and to unlock it. You could see it immediately, but to unlock it and know who it is, you need to work hard. So there is connection between those movies and the game. So okay, and this is game layer. There was big question. Do we do merge gardens too, or do we redesign? They quite quickly reject the idea of creating second game because they had first of all, they invest a lot of money in the product. And second, they had like really, really good audience, like players that already play this game and invest money in it, love the game. So by like basically releasing second one the same but little better would be probably not enough, would cannibalize project. But they still had this idea. If this project failed, yeah, we'll probably do second one with different team, different elements. But for now, let's focus on this one. So again, we have match free, we have merging, but there's this another layer. the story layer. So right now, as I mentioned, in the back of the garden, there is this topiary. But to reach it, you need to do quests. And to do quests, you need to march specific things and need to play match-free levels, complete enough match-free levels to unlock another stages. So from this idle game, like, okay, it's not per se idle game, but this chill out game, you could just sit and play in your own pace. It changed to like story mode. Okay, let's push a little farther. Let's do another quest. Let's go farther and farther. Let's unlock another character. Let's reach the ending. And after that, they add events that added even more story beats. So with that, users finally had like goal, some end post to go there. And this is my part of job. This is ASO, so App Store optimization. It was little different than normal ASO. It was not focused on organic traffic. It was focused on UA. It was created to funnel users from those 3D movies, commercials, inside the storefront to the game, to create this bridge. You see this nice movie, you really like it, you open the game, you see those creatives on the right, and then you install game, and this beautiful 3D landscape greets you, and then you go to the game, and you see first story bits. And this is the video they created.
I guess Mom didn't want me to know about this place.
Well, now you own it.
Ugh.
Ooh. Well, nothing a little paint can't fix.
Yes, just enough to get it sold.
You should really cut those
Rita?
bushes.
What the...
So yeah, that's what the effect of like almost year of work. And we see all of elements. There is this house, there is this garden, those characters pop up all the time and bicker to each other. And what was the final results? They quadrupled their revenue from one of the merging game. We're right now chasing top one, top two games. So we're almost on top. But there was another thing. As I mentioned, one of the goals was to making long-lasting. So it's not the only movie. This movie was cut to pieces, stitched together. There was other bits added to make it more mysterious, more fun, more happy, relaxing. Music was changed. Tidbits were swapped. And it lasted from January till now. But as I mentioned, UA needs fresh creatives. And it's time for a new one. Because this one is slowly burning down. I can't show you the new one because premiere will be in the next few days, but it's in works. And what if it fails? There's another one and another one. Today we reach like our story Bible. It's like 60-page long. It's whole story from the beginning till now. And we already had planned events for next year and year after that. So that was secret sauce. Approach this redesign not as just tweaking and changing it. It was more like releasing toy line or movie or series. Focus on brand and build everything around it. So that's that. Any questions?